Good evening everyone, and a very warm welcome to the Laren P1. You could record a 2-hour film on the technical detail of this car alone. Its 3.8 litre motor is fed by two larger turbos than the 12C. They work at 2.4 bar to give 737 horsepower and 531 foot-pounds. The electric motor adds 179 horsepower and 192 foot-pounds. Dry weight is 1,395 kilograms, curb around 1,450. Front brakes are 390mm carbon ceramics by Akabono with a unique silicon carbide facing, 380mm at the rear. Acceleration is from the world of Tron, really. 0 to 125 miles an hour in 6.8 seconds, 0 to 186 in 16.5 seconds. I'll say that again. 0 to 186 miles an hour in 16.5 seconds. Top speed is limited to 217 miles an hour, and it'll do 6 miles on electric power alone. I quite like all that. In full aero mode, sitting 50mm lower than usual, and with the rear wing deployed 300mm, it offers 600 kilograms of downforce at 160 miles an hour. The car is a study in carbon weight saving because the electrical systems add around 200 kilograms. The front screen is thinner than the 12Cs, the brakes are lighter than normal ceramics, the cabin is bare, the seats are lighter, and the occupants, well, they sit closer than in a 12C for better centre of mass. You could spend hours looking at the thing. Really, hours.
Okay, peeps, it's the moment that I've been waiting for a long time. This is the P1 on a track. This thing is a whole new ball game. So I'm going to start just being in race mode because that's the mode that counts. I've got 916 horsepower and this thing weighs 1,395 kilograms. It is a whole new thing and it's a very, very good thing. It's extraordinary. First of all, the powertrain. Well, they call it torque fill because it has an effective power band of about 7,000 RPM. It's just wowzers the whole time. I've got the traction control on at the moment, but it allows me quite a bit of slip. Steering is just lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Coming onto the main straight now. Braking performance, it's just a different world. You lean on the ABS, then you find this other extra bit of braking. Wow. I've got quite a bit of slip, as you can see, even with it in this mode. Traction, you just come out of the corners, boot, and just go. Straight line, for me, better than a Veyron. Feels much faster than a Veyron. And it feels agile and light. And he just goes. It absolutely screams. The weight distribution spot on. I haven't driven a car like this before. I really haven't, because there isn't a car like this. It's a different league even to a 918. The tire's a limiting factor in race mode because I've got aero grip now as well, which is a whole new thing. Wow. It is a new thing. It's a new thing. Wow. Okay, peeps. Now I'm gonna do something I've always wanted to do. I'm gonna turn the traction control off on a car with 916 horsepower. Okay? Okay. Look at that! 916 horsepower! even just sort of back it in if you want to. Oh my lord. Where have you been all my life, P1? This is a new thing. You shouldn't be able to do this. I mean, back it in. 916 horsepower. Come on. It's just a new thing. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, you back it in, watch. Just back it in, the chassis got balance, drift, go, and 900 horsepower. This thing is a freak, it's genius. I've not driven a car like it. I have to just be quiet. I'll do some voiceover. I'm just consumed by how good this thing is. And breathe. And breathe. And breathe.
It's a weak excuse, I know, but talking as you spank a P1 is quite difficult. And on that final smoky lap, it suddenly dawned on me that I might not ever drive a P1 again. And I wanted to enjoy it, not just jabber at a camera. This car is easier to drive than a 12C. Its great big turbocharged engine has throttle response to rival a Ferrari F12. It has an open differential, but clever use of the rear brakes replicates an LSD, and it feels completely mechanical and intuitive to drive and drift. Brake steer means you can pile into turns, trail braking all the way, and the only limiting factor is the tyre. It's a brilliant street track combo from Pirelli, but eventually it has to give in to all that energy. And the toys, well, they're great fun too. Manual DRS to stall the rear wing, and manual I-Pass to give that Knight Rider turbo boost. Shame I didn't have the spare mental capacity to use them. You see, the P1 is just that fast.